Attack on Titan ended a couple days ago, and I have my final thoughts. So, I don't think it's a bad ending, but I don't think it is a masterpiece that a lot of people say it is. I don't think it's the trash fire a lot of people say it is, but I also don't think it's the masterpiece, right? And I've come to the conclusion that if you thought the Attack on Titan ending was really good, you don't understand basic storytelling. And I get that it's kind of a ridiculous thing to say. Oh, if you like the ending, you just didn't understand it. Oh, if you thought the ending was bad, you just didn't understand it. But I genuinely believe that it's not that you didn't understand the story. It's more so that you don't understand basic storytelling. And the main thing, the main gripe about the ending, I would say, is the assassination of Eren's character. Now, a lot of people will tell you that Eren has been this way all along, that he never changed, that he's whiny and he's emotional and all this nonsense. In my opinion, it's complete nonsense. I think it is such a surface level way of looking at his character because people see him crying on when the armored titan, when Reiner and Bertolt broke down the walls the second time. They see him crying when he's in the stomach of a titan, or they see him crying when he can't transform and the smiling titan's coming, or they see him beating himself up, or there's a lot of times Eren has cried and he screamed, or he said he's gonna kill. There's a lot of times, and I think they look at those events and they see, oh my god, Eren is so emotional. But the thing is, you can say Eren's emotional. I actually don't see any problem with that. But to say Eren is whiny or that he's a bitch or this, and that, I think is ridiculous. Because just because you're emotional, it doesn't mean you're this bitch. I just don't think that's true. I think Eren has always been, or at least in the beginning of the show, he was the worst thing you could say about him is that he's simple-minded. But Eren, there's a lot more positive things you could say. He's driven. He's motivational. Eren's one of those guys you hate to have him as an opponent. You love to have him on your side. You hate to be against him because the dude does not fucking give up. And I think some scenes about Eren are not appreciated enough. This dude is in the stomach of a titan talking about, I'm gonna kill all the fucking titans. That scene alone cancels out anybody saying he's whiny or that he's a bit, because he's just not. He's delusional. You could say that. But his delusion is brought about by a strong sense of relentlessness. Eren never fucking gives up. And I think that's respectable. Okay? But Eren does change. That's something a lot of people say. Oh, Eren never changed. Eren definitely did change. Because in the beginning of the anime, his goals were very simple. I'm going to kill all the titans. Oh, Reiner and Bertolt, I'll kill y'all. Y'all made me suffer, I'll make you suffer. Oh, you do me wrong, I'll do you wrong. It was very just tit for tat, black and white. After he touched Historia, after the time skip, Eren definitely did mature a lot. And the best scene, I don't want to say it's the best scene of Attack on Titan. One of the best scenes, easily, is his conversation with Reiner. Now that is how you write a fucking character conversation. Obviously, Isayama wrote both of them, right? Isayama needs to learn from past Isayama. Because the conversation with Eren and Reiner trumps the conversation with Eren and Armin by 1,000 times. It's infinitely better because it shows how much has changed. Reiner, this tough, I gotta get back home, stoic. Reiner is on his hands and knees after thinking about killing himself. He's depressed, he's traumatized, PTSD. Eren, I'm so sorry. He's on his hands and fucking knees, okay? Whereas Eren, the same guy, I'm gonna kill all the Titans, I'm gonna kill y'all, I'm gonna make you suffer in the worst way possible. Reiner has been thinking about that threat probably every day before Eren has gotten there. And Eren scratches his head and says, "Oh, I vaguely remember saying that." Dude, badass. That shit is badass. And it also shows how much he's changed. Because the people who like the ending will tell you that Eren is acting. I will tell you that that is called character development. That is real character development. And he simply did change. He was because Eren came to realize that there are no enemies. That is what Eren came to realize. He realized that there's only it's simply them versus us. It's not I'm gonna kill all my enemies. It's not I'm gonna keep moving forward. It's I've been given this power and I have to kill every single person on the planet. There's no other fucking solution. Now, parody could always infight and destroy themselves, but in terms of having another nation as a threat, Eren had to do the whole rumbling. And he showed plenty of times that he felt guilt ridden over this. I believe the past Eren would have felt no guilt because, oh, I'm just killing my enemies. They deserve it. The current Eren, or the post time skip Eren, he felt genuine guilt. I'm so sorry I have to do this. And he did have to do this, okay? And all that leads up to Eren and his conversation with Armin, and he's just killed. Isayama hated him for some reason. And there simply was no foreshadowing. I think that's the biggest problem with the ending. Isayama had a lot of ideas that he threw around. And one of the ideas was that, okay, Eren and Historia have a kid, or, I mean, Historia just got thrown to the fucking wayside. But yeah, man, there was just no foreshadowing to Eren being this bitch. And I think too many people think a twist, all twists are good twists. The only twists that are good twists are foreshadowed twists. If there's some type of build up to it. The build up in Attack on Titan was to the fight between Eren and the Alliance, and that was it. There was no more need for Eren's character change. Eren could have been defeated, and he would have never had to have a dialogue ever again in the show. His character arc was completed. He was either going to do the rumbling, or he was going to get beat. He didn't have to have any type of dialogue with Armin. I think that fucked him up. And people compare it to Walter White or Light Yagami. And I think the difference, because people like to think, as much as they clown on Eren, a lot of people think like Eren. Oh, Eren cried before he died. Oh, and Light cried before he died. And Walter White didn't know why he did it. And those are good endings. Now, my response to that would be Light Yagami was always shown to have those type of characteristics. Whenever he was close to being caught, he would break down, he would start screaming. He would just he was smart and calculated, but he was never the most mentally sound, oh, I'm cool with killing all these people. And Light crying before he died is ironic, but it's also natural because you can actually see this happening. Okay, Light was a kid. He's a smart kid. He's in this battle with Light. He's in this battle with L. He thinks he's got the job done, and he gets caught. And Light is finally dead to fucking rights. Of course he would break down. Of course he would cry. That shit was not cringy. It felt more so. It almost made you feel pity, or it almost made you feel like, okay, the wrongs have been righted. But what Isayama did is phenomenal. So he wrote Eren so goddamn well that most people were on the side of a genocidal quote unquote maniac. All right. I don't see Eren that way, but that is how you could describe him. He's genocidal and he's gonna kill everyone. He got most of the fan base on board with this guy. They're pro Eren, and Eren having the same type of breakdown that Light had is not normal because Eren, there was no foreshadowing to Eren being like this. Eren was, after he touched Historia, he became a new man. Eren never liked Mikasa, for starters, so why would he be crying over her? Eren was willing to face death to reach his goals. Keep moving fucking forward. If you can't give up anything, then you can't possibly win. That is Eren. I refuse to believe Eren would be in tears crying over Mikasa. And I refuse to believe Eren. Oh, why did you do it, Eren? Oh, I don't know. It's just. And then they compare that to Walter. Oh, Walter, why'd you do it? I did it for me. That shit, the difference in these scenes is the context. Obviously, the words are similar, and they're both at the they're both at the end of a show, so checkmate people who don't like the ending. But the truth of the matter is that was Walter was always a prideful man. Okay, it's just in the beginning of the show he was too timid. He didn't have enough going for him to really let that pride loose. But as Breaking Bad went on and on, you could see the pride just steaming out of Walter in a lot of his actions. And although he claimed, oh, I'm going to do it for my family, I'm doing it for my family, 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 you can tell it's a facade because the writer wrote Walter well. Eren being a whiny bitch in the last episode, right before he dies, is the facade. That is the facade. Eren, wait, what the ending wants you to believe is that Eren before that episode was an actor. Everything he did was an act. And then it's just so bullshit. Eren killing his own mom is fucking ridiculous. I gotta say it's fucking ridiculous. I saw somebody that said Eren killing his own mom is like Batman killing his own parents. Or Eren killing his own mom is like Batman finding out he killed his own parents. And it's so true. Because for starters, it's not necessary. Batman does not need to kill his own parents. Oh, but it's a twist. Okay. Eren does not need to kill his own mom. There was nobody that wasn't a plot hole. That was never a fucking plot hole. Oh, why did the Smiling Titan walk past Bertolt? How about you say only Ymir knows then? You love this only Ymir knows bullshit. Well, the only Ymir knows is pretty much, oh, we didn't think that far ahead. But you know what they'll like? They'll like it if Eren kills his own fucking mom. The whole reason he started this journey to kill his own fucking mom. And I also don't like the helplessness that Eren had. So, how much can Eren change stuff and how much can't he change stuff? Does he have free will or does he not have free will? Because he has enough free will to control the Smiling Titan and make it kill his own mom. He has enough free will to manipulate his dad into killing the Frida and eating her, okay? But he doesn't have enough free will to do 100% rumbling. He has enough free will to literally break through the chains that Zeke put upon him. So Eren not having free will and being a slave to freedom is just, oh man, it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I mean the ending is the ending. And until the prequels and the sequels, because I would love nothing more than for Isayama to either pick up the pen and write a new ending or to just put down the pen. Isayama, you wrote a hell of a story. up until from start to the rumbling. Isayama wrote a phenomenal fucking story. The best piece of fiction of all time. After the rumbling, it started to fall apart a little bit, but it's still the best piece of fiction of all time. And then, right till the last episode, man, he almost wrote and took part in the greatest anime of all time. But he just blew that shit. And I would love to know what ending he actually wanted. That would be one thing I would love to fucking know. If in one day he does an interview and he says, "Okay, this is the ending I really wanted," but shit, it is what it is. Um, again, the ending's not necessarily bad. I just think the biggest disappointment I have is how Eren's character just got absolutely eviscerated. And I think people who really loved it just don't understand how a story is supposed to be written. You can't just pull a twist out of your ass. There's got to be some sort of reason for it. There's got to be some sort of, it's got to serve the story in some sort of way. There's got to be some sort of foreshadowing. Eren killing his own mom is not a good twist. Eren being a slave to freedom, the whole story being about Mikasa, Eren, Eren being an idiot is not a good fucking twist. That's not a good twist. And people just like people think it's a good twist simply because it is a twist. But it's that's just not how that shit works, man. It's the same thing with Batman. Imagine after reading hundreds of Batman comics, the Batman writer writes out Batman killed his own parents. And even in I know there are some comics where Batman does kill his own parents. But even in those comics, Batman then becomes somebody evil. Oh, the Batman who laughs. That's how he comes about. Or something like that. But yeah, that wouldn't be a good twist. In the same way, Batman killing his own mom, and right before the Joker kills him, he's on his hands and knees crying, "Oh my God, I don't want to live without Catwoman. No, I don't want her to fuck somebody else." It's, that shit would be terrible. But alas, I mean, dudes like C Tactics or Charlie, they win in the end because positivity trumps everything. And positivity just trumps everything, man. As much as I don't hate C Tactics, nor do I hate Charlie. And I do like their videos for the most part, but they just can't be trusted to give a good breakdown of a show. They can't be trusted. And the creators who will give a good unbiased breakdown of a show, especially of Attack on Titan, they're just not popular enough to pull that shit off. And you'll never see 1 million views on a video saying the Attack on Titan ending was trash. Not that I think it's trash, but you will see 1 million views on a video that says, oh, the Attack on Titan ending was a masterpiece, even though it wasn't a masterpiece. So that shit kind of blows, but it is what it is. The anime is over, and I still have a lot of years left to live. And Attack on Titan was a hell of a ride, and it gave me a taste of what it's like to partake in an anime that could go down as one of the greatest of all time. So I just hope that in my life I get another opportunity to do that. But yeah,